Good morning.
Good morning.
It is Friday.
The 9th of June, it's day
34.
and yet again we're back on the trains. We're starting at Spondon again, where we started yesterday.
Yep.
This time we want to go in this direction. Let's get that right today.
We're heading to Birmingham.
And then Leicester, and then Peterborough, back up through Lincoln, and then the night in Gainsborough. To the trains?
To the trains. Before we leave Derbyshire, we wanted to have a chat with Karen, who's been looking after us for the last few days, to get a local's view of the railways in Derbyshire. Hello, Karen.
Hello. I don't think Derbyshire's too bad for trains, to be honest. In general, there's quite a good spread of services. I don't have too many complaints, really. I think train stations like Spondon could really do with a better service, and obviously Peterborough. They're very few and far between. Spondon station and Derby station are not quite where they say they are, because the centre of Spondon is about 1.5 miles up there. So, you know, it's not really a very handy station, as you've seen yourself. Derby and Derbyshire have been quite good in reinstating some of the old lines that were closed after Beeching cuts. So you've got the Ecclesbourne Valley Railway, which is a really super little heritage line. We've also got Pete Rail, which goes from Matlock up to Roseley, and it's only a short line, but it's very pretty, and that's usually steam. And then we've got the Midland Railway, which, although it doesn't actually connect to a mainline station, it's not too far away.
Thanks so much, Karen. We've loved Derbyshire, and we're going to have to come back, I think, and do some of those heritage railways. Burton-on-Trent, home of 8 breweries and the Marmite factory. Do you like Marmite, Jeff?
Love it. No, hate it.
I love it.
Love it. Hate it. Hate it.
Jeff hates it.
Love it.
Love it.
No, hate it. Welcome to Birmingham.
Birmingham. I don't think I've ever been there before.
You have now. It's always risky to do an interview before I've had my morning tea or coffee, but that's what I'm going to attempt to do now with Pete. Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
You, as the badge says, are a train dispatcher here at Birmingham New Street.
Yes.
How many platforms are there, first of all?
That's a good question.
Oh my goodness.
So numbers-wise, we go from 1 to 12.
Yes.
Each of those has an A end and a B end.
Yes.
And then platform 4 also has platform 4C.
Okay.
So in theory, there's 25 platforms. Sometimes trains take up the whole length, so it's a bit confusing.
And you are, am I right in saying you're here to ensure that everything does leave on time, which of course is something that passengers want?
Yeah. I mean, our role is mostly about safety. Make sure that people are getting on and off trains safely, that trains are leaving as they should be, and also obviously to make sure trains run on time. Quite often trains will sit here for a little bit, so often we've got a few minutes to play with to try and catch up.
This is a very busy, complicated station,
oh, yeah.
right?
Yes, it is.
The very whole concept of having a platform split into A and B is not one that I'm accustomed to. But and just whilst we've been trying to do this interview, people have been going up and saying, which end is it? Because it is quite confusing, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's one of those where, because we're not at the end of the line, it means you've got trains coming from one direction, going back out the other. And because we've got so many train movements, we often have 2 trains departing from the same platform at the same time. So therefore, we need to differentiate. So we've got an A end and a B end.
So does Birmingham New Street not have like what Sheffield does or Nottingham, where they have those little bay platforms where like a sprinter might terminate? Everything is like a through train, even if it's reversing back out. They're all through platforms.
They are, yeah, apart from 4C. 4C is the only one where it comes in, it can only go back out one direction.
How long have you been working on the railways?
I've only been here since January.
Do you love your job?
I absolutely love my job.
What's the best bit about your job?
I'd actually say the passengers. I love the different mix you get. You get obviously the commuters that will mostly head down, reading their newspapers, listening to music, but then you get your tourists, people going to the NEC at Birmingham, and lots of people that have come over, barely speaking English, don't know where they're going, and they really appreciate the help. So I do love that side of it.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Pleasure. It is real.
I think you need to respond to that.
That's not me.
Oh, okay. And that's how you dispatch a train?
Yeah.
See you, Pete. We're at Hinckley.
It's raining.
I've got to admit, until about half an hour ago, I'm like, I don't know where Hinckley is. I've got no idea. And now I know it's between Birmingham and Leicester.
Yes.
We've got off the train because our cross-country train skips all the next stations. We've got to wait for a stopping service. So we've got about an hour here. Fortunately...
Oh, yes. I have a spreadsheet of interesting facts.
You know those moments where Vicky goes off and discovers local historical places and buildings? That's not just random people. We have a spreadsheet full of those things. So would you like to do one of those musical montages where you go and explore stuff?
Vicky explores.
Vicky explores. Here we go.
I just saw a sign that said Hinckley, the best of everything. Let's see if that's true. Hinckley used to be a small village, a market town, and over the years has grown and grown, and it has history dating way back to the Anglo-Saxon period. But we're looking for Castle Street, which has nothing to do with castles, but we are looking for Castle Street for a very particular reason. Hinckley is historically the centre of the hosiery industry, and in the 19th century, here in Castle Street, just behind me, was the first recorded instance of Luddism, where factory workers came out in protest against the machinery that was being used to replace them as skilled workers. Luddism, or being a Luddite, is now associated with people who dislike the use of technology. We're at Peterborough.
Where this time we've made a successful change. And we've come out of our way to go to Spalding.
Spalding, famous for flowers.
And being a pain to get to. Go several hours out of our way just to say we've been here. And we don't even have time to get out. Have fun. They were locals who said the best thing about Spalding was the train out of Spalding. They said it, not me. Spalding. Tick. Is it me, or are there a lot of wind farms in Lincolnshire?
Oh yes, pretty flat. It's good for the old wind.
Sorry, is that the international symbol for wind farm?
And also wrap it up.
So when you're on camera and I'm behind camera and I'm doing that,
I don't know which one you mean.
you're not sure whether I mean wrap it up, Vicky, or hey look, there's a wind farm on the horizon.
Yes.
Okay.
We're in Lincoln again, and we've met the lovely Bob. Hi Bob.
Hello.
So Bob, you are travelling back from having been with your family, coming back to Lincoln, you're studying here. What is it about trains or railway transport that you like?
Well, I think it's a lot easier to travel from A to B, just cutting straight through the countryside or straight through a city, rather than going through all the little windy roads and everything. So it's something that I enjoy a lot more, and the views are always pristine as well.
As a young person, do you have a young person's rail card?
Yeah, I do indeed. It's been very useful in saving a lot of money on my tight budget.
And you're a very tall chap. How does the legroom work out for you on trains?
Sometimes I get lucky, most times I don't. So it's just find what you can and hope for the best.
I think Jeff would concur with that, wouldn't you, Jeff? Thanks very much, Bob.
It's clearly a cute little market town. style
Got great,
railway station.
Little murals.
Go on, Vicky, call it quaint, call it quaint, call it quaint.
I'm not being lured into this trap. There's lots of great artwork. There's a lovely little waiting room that's got, I can see some more pictures and a little bookshelf. This is nice.
Is on. 1, 2. Okay, so get square. Touch the square and that square. So that went about an inch. There we go. Day 34, it's Friday the 9th of June. Got Spondon.
Good morning!
I wasn't ready.
Oh.